Welcome to this new video. It's currently Friday, so almost weekend. So already want to wish you all a happy weekend. But first I want to go into the price action. Since this week, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's clear those levels a bit. We have basically been in a slow downtrend where last week we had that push up. Last Friday that was, and then we formed kind of this 1, 2, 3. Broke structure back to bearish, model 1. And then since there, price has basically been slowly pulling down. So not a lot of violent moves. So what we had, as I mentioned yesterday, is we had a clean market structure to work with. So we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then Wednesday we made a new weekly low, which gave us the confirmation for the weekly bearish bias. Then there, yesterday we had a high, then we made a new low. So at that point, this is where market structure rules come into play and why I'm such a big fan of market structure, because it basically tells you everything you need to know. At this point, you have a low, high, new low. So at that point, this is your market structure high. And if you make a new, the purpose of if you are in a downtrend, the purpose of this high is to make a new low because you're in downtrend. So you expect low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's the objective of the downtrend. However, if you fail to break below your low, so you can't close below, but you SFP it, which means that you have a wick instead of a close, that means that the purpose of this high to make a new low failed, in which this high becomes a weak targeted high, which means that based on market structure rules, it is very likely for price to revisit this level. And from there, you have to see, can you break structure or not? So that's also exactly what happened, because we can see that price SFP'd the market structure low, came back to the market structure high. And then the question is, do you get another SFP? So a swing fill and then close below it. In that case, this low becomes your weak targeted low again. But as we can see, price closed above the level, which means that we have a hourly structure break back to bullish, but I believe it was also valid on the 4 hour, on the 6 hour not. On the 4 hour, we have 3 candles going higher, then making a new low. So then this is your 4 hour market structure low. We broke above that. So locally, we are bullish until proven otherwise, in my opinion. However, we are in an interesting area because we broke above this level. Let's see here. We flipped structure back to bullish after breaking above. We also broke this meme trend line. And then this morning, price, yesterday we had this local consolidation, so a local range, push out, creating range demand, this range demand. And here we saw that the price did the same, range, push up, and then here, aggressive sell-off. And right now, price is retesting this key demand level. This is key demand because this is the zone where buyers casted aggressive expansion. It is the zone where we broke structure back to bullish. And we can also see, if we look at this right here, it is the previous daily high, it's Monday's low. So also some levels confluence based on that. And overall, if you just look at the chart, it's an important horizontal level. So the reaction here will be very telling. If we are bullish, after breaking structure back to bullish, you want to see basically this higher low, higher high. That's the objective of this demand. If you fall back below this demand and hold below, then I'm expecting a lower high for a lower low, and that this was a nasty buy side liquidity grab to trap buyers, let market maker fill his short orders and move lower. But for now, bullish until proven otherwise. One thing to note is that we have the daily P1 at hour 0 right there, but we have some warning signs on that. So let me show you that right here. Then I need to go to BTC, of course. And we can see on the daily, it's already, but yeah, like 94% of the daily lows form after 0000. So exactly at the daily open, we formed the low. And then we see 96% of the daily lows have a bigger wick. So we have some big warning signs based on the daily low. So there's risk, or like there is a reason for price to take the level out. It's not huge, but it's something to keep in mind. And then I also want to show you this, which is like the TPO chart. You have to watch the 30. And we can see that we are currently at the weekly VWAP level. We stayed below it almost the whole week, flipped above it, and currently are testing it. But what's more interesting, if we go to the lower time frame, is that spot and also perps were buying a little bit in the push up. But if we look at what happened from here, spot started selling a lot. So spot is already back below levels it was before the push up. So that's a bit of a tricky warning sign to be aware of. But based on what I see now, it looks more like price pushed up. Users, or at least big players, used it to sell into. So that's something to keep in mind. And that's also why, like my last post, I said this is this horizontal level, which I also explained just now with the normal chart. Let me show you that right there. Is this horizontal level, basically this whole zone. It is demand until proven otherwise. However, what I don't like is that we had it move up and then this aggressive sell-off, also kind of breaking local structure back to bearish. So that's why I said in my last post that I'm not blindly buying here. I would have bought blindly if we got some way of structure into it, something like this. But right now we have push up, boom, aggressive sell-off, probably also creating supply in the process here. So here we have fresh supply. And that's why I said I want to wait for structure in this move before considering a long, which means that for me, this is just one move down. What I want to see now is like some ranging price action. Maybe like a local accumulation model down here, breaking structure. Then I'm willing to take a long right there, stop loss here. Look what happens here. But beside that, I'm not really interested in taking any trades besides scalps. Because if I see a move up here, this is also a zone I'm interested in potential shorts again. So yeah, I'm not feeling too confident either side. The risk is that we have the bearish weekly stats, which I can show you here, which indicated we still have like 72% based on time to make a new weekly low, and on distance also is like 71%. So 7 out of the 10 weeks would still make a new weekly low, which our current weekly low is on Thursday. So seeing this could be that this is step 1, this is step 2 of the trend line. Step 3 is often the fake out. So this could be a nasty move, that this is liquidity grab. Demand is already seems to be failing, that this is a lower high before lower low, that we then gonna take out the weekly low potentially into the previous weekly low, I believe. So those are the levels I'm watching right now. So yeah, I'm not in a hurry at all. Generally, if you have this structure break this clean with this clean of demand zone creation, and you already flip this deep into the demand level, that's not a good sign. It's often a sign that a lower high for lower low is more likely instead of a bounce from here. So yeah, I'm semi-cautious. I'm not trusting this move at all for now. So yeah, let's see what New York does in 1.5 hours. But for now, yeah, this ranged supply is a clean level that needs to be reclaimed to expect further upside. And yeah, because this demand is already failing and we almost only have liquidity below, yeah, I'm more leaning towards we do something like this and create new weekly lows. And then maybe if we accumulate from here, that I'm then interested in longs again. Else, I'm not interested until we flip back above this lost or this fresh created supply. So yeah, local scalps, maybe shorts here. Else, not really interested until we make new weekly lows into these levels right there. Can change if I see local structure on my hand, but for now, this is not what bulls want to see if they are truly present, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my analysis, the last one for this week. If you have any questions, let me know. And then behind the scenes, I'm working on the TTT Discord server, as you can see here, which will launch soon. So I'm looking forward to that. And for now, I want to wish you a happy weekend and happy clicking as always.